Hey everybody, it's Brian here from Less Magic More Gathering. Going to do a quick video. I got to the store earlier this week and was able to grab a few of the Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms pre-release pack. The store I was at actually had some promo stuff, so I got a few additional packs. Already opened some of it, but I was going to do this one for a quick video and then the promo pack that they gave me. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into it. I want to detail some of this stuff, but I'm not in the mood to make a very long video, so I'm just going to show you some of the stuff we got. I've already seen some of the commons and uncommons. A lot of them are some reprinted from some other sets, and there are obviously a lot of stuff that revolve around the mechanics of Dungeons & Dragons. The setup for this new set. So I can kind of go over just a few things, maybe like some of the stuff that's like venture into the dungeon, things like that. This one is a red dice. Let's go ahead and show that to you so you can kind of get an idea what it looks like. It's got the little Dungeons & Dragons symbol there, like the card does. Obviously, it's the same symbol. This isn't a jumbo dice. I'm guessing that comes in the bundle. We'll find out when it comes in the middle of next week, maybe. And we'll do some openings for that too. But I want to get something quick out for this weekend since I'm going to be gone busy pretty much the whole weekend and won't be doing anything else. Let's see what cool foils we got. So in each one of these packs, you will get a foil, double-sided token foil with all three of the dungeons in here that you will be able to trigger based on your venturing into the dungeon abilities on these cards. Each one of these is going to have flip side, so some of these are actually pretty good. The last one I got was Goblin. I think it was the Skeleton and that guy. So I'm guessing the higher-ended double-sided tokens are going to be inside the booster box. Not these. Seems to be the exact same ones. I'm going to leave this off to the side. I did not look at it earlier. I felt like I almost glanced at it, but it was something covering it, so I didn't see it anyways. That was covering it. Alright, let's go ahead and crack some packs. What you say? What you say? There's always a miscellaneous mixture of stuff in these, that's for sure. When I opened up the first one, wasn't guaranteed to get exactly the same setup. You know, your 9 to 10 commons and uncommons, there's a mixture. Sometimes they'll get some Dungeons & Dragons cards thrown in the middle here. Eyes of the Beholder. Spiked Pit Trap. You come to a river. You come to a river. So some of these cards are the titles of these cards are like kind of like your story that you would have if you're playing the Dungeons & Dragons game. Dueling Rapier, Deadly Dispute. You find a Cursed Idol. Poison of healing, or a Potion of Healing. I'm sorry, I couldn't read it. Zombie Ogre. And then like you'll get these thrown in here. So these are kind of based on stuff you'd see, I believe, out of the Dungeons & Dragons book, the things that you will base your stories on. And I'm not a Dungeons & Dragons person, so I'm kind of just tossing up what I've seen. So if I'm wrong, I apologize to you Dungeons & Dragons fans. But so this is essentially a showcase card, but they designed it this way to be similar to what you'd see in the Dungeons & Dragons books, I believe. Could be wrong. Sacrifice Mimic, add one of of any color. Pay 2, Mimic becomes a shapeshifter artifact creature with base power and toughness 3/3 until end of turn. Pretty cool. Useful. Then we got Iron Golem, uncommon. Another one, so we got another, this time it's an uncommon showcase. Purple Worm, 7-drop creature worm. This spell costs 2 less to cast if a creature died this turn. Ward 2. Purple Worm. Put that over here. Blue Dragon, and then we'll go into our rare or mythic. What's in our slot? We got a rare. Boom! Fighter Class. So Fighter Class is a 2-drop, red and white. Gives you, when Fighter Class enters the battlefield, search your library for equipment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. You pay the 3 cost, level up 2, equipment abilities you activate cost 2 less to activate, and then level 3, pay 5 to get to level 3 whenever a creature you control attacks, up to 1 target creature blocks it, this combat if able. Pretty cool. Can see usefulness in that. And then Skullport Merchant, our foil uncommon right there. Pretty neat to get some foils. Always like foils. And these lands are actually pretty cool. The artwork's pretty nice. Not bad at all for the Dungeons & Dragons lands they put in, basic lands they put in the set. I think the artwork's pretty good. And a Skeleton token. Let's go ahead and move on right along. I think I'm just going to address the showcase and different style cards. I'm not going to try to go through all the uncommons. But here is a dice. The dice roll one. So this is Earth Cult Elemental, 6-drop creature elemental, siege monster. When Earth Cult Elemental enters battlefield, roll a d20. If you get 1 through 9, each player sacrifices permanent. You get 10 through 19, each opponent sacrifices a permanent. And then if you get 20, each opponent sacrifices 2 permanents. So there's a lot of that going on in some of these cards. The dice rolling, and then the venture into the dungeons. Sepulchral Ghoul, Hill Giant, Herd Gorger, Devoted Paladin. You find the Villain's Lair. Price of Loyalty, Perceptuous Drop, Underdark Basilisk, Clattering Skeletons, And then moving on to the uncommons, we got Intrepid Outlander, Targ Nar Demon Fang Gnoll, Null. So that was legendary creature, 2-drop. Pack Tactics. So that whenever Targ Nar Demon Fang Null attacks, if you attack with creatures with total power 6 or greater, this combat attacking creatures get a +1/+0 on turn. Pay 4, double Targ Nar powers. Targ Nar's power and toughness no turn. All right, pretty cool, useful, definitely useful. Split the party, and then our rare is going to be a mythic, and we've got Xanthar Guild Kingpin. So we have a mythic, and Xanthar is a legendary creature, 6-drop Beholder. At the beginning of upkeep, choose target opponent until in turn that player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library. Anytime you may play a top card of their library, you may spend mana as though or mana of any color to cast it. Okay, pretty cool, not bad. Those are always useful to have. It's a blue-black instead of a blue-red. Maybe that's not the color combo, but I usually see that type of ability with blue-red. All right, no showcases, and then we got a foil planar ally. And our mountain. I've got really cool, so this one specifically, I think each of the lands is something different, even the different types of mountains. Your path lies across the spine of the world where every cave hides some danger. I'm not sure if they took these straight out of some of the written stuff out of the Dungeons & Dragons storylines, but very possible. Only a pro would know. Alright, pack number 3. Great Axe, Silver Raven, Swarming Goblins with another dice ability. Deadly Dispute again. You find a Cursed Idol again. +2 Mace. Equip creature gives +2/+2 is a equip cost of 3. So it's a pretty hefty mace for equipment, but it gets you some pretty good bang for the buck, I guess. Mordenkainen's Polymorph. Price of Loyalty. Knoll Hunter. Aubrey or Pegasus. And then here is another one of those. You meet in a tavern. Oh no, not meeting in a tavern. And then you've got Guild Thief, Dragon's Disciple, and then our rare is Eye of Vecna. I'm guessing it's Vecna or Vesna, maybe pronounced. So that is a 2-drop legendary artifact. When Eye of Vecna, or Vesna, we'll just say Vesna, I feel like that's what it's supposed to be. Enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and you lose 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card, and you lose 2 life. Alright, cool. You can see that being, a lot of these are useful, obviously, but I can see that pretty cool. We've got a land. Ooh, I just realized that my Eye of Vesna is very dinged and out of pack. I don't know if you can see right there. It'll be hard to see, but there's a pretty bad little ding in the card. I don't like getting them. Yeah, see, that's a little bit better view. Yeah, I don't like getting dings fresh out of pack, especially with your legendary rare artifacts. Yuck. No bueno. Swamp, and then a token with the dungeon on the back. And not all of them have dungeons. So those 3, there's 2 of them did, but not all of them. That does not go there. Does not go there. All right. Oop, we've got a showcase card back here. It's a different one, and I have only seen the one, the Evolving Wild, so it's probably what it's going to be. Paladin Shield, Elf Monk, Contact Other, Plane, Farhides, Faraday's, Fireball, Vampire Spawn, Bull Strength, Veteran Dungeon. Dungeoneer, Jaded Sellsword, Baleful Beholder, and Jin Windseer. Another dice ability. Lurking Roper, uncommon showcase. That guy's 3-drop creature horror. Lurking Roper doesn't untap. Let me get some blur out of here. Doesn't untap during your untap step. Whenever you gain life, untap Lurking Roper. Alright, so green. It's pretty big 4/5, so he doesn't untap when he's supposed to, but you just got to gain life, and then he will untap. Not a bad card. I might have to incorporate that in one of my other decks that gains me life, if I can figure out how to do it. Rust Monster. And then Faraday, the Devil's Chosen. So we got old Faraday, legendary creature. He is a 4-drop, Tiefling Warlock. Dark One's Own Luck. Whenever you roll 1 or more dice, Faraday, Devil's Chosen gains flying and menace until end of turn. If any of those results has 10 or higher, you draw a card. Okay, cool. And then we've got so it was not Evolving Wilds. It's going to be Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Alright, so let's check this guy out. So these are some of the different ones that they put in here. They're going to be, I'm guessing it's something that's similar to that of what you'd see in the Dungeons & Dragons book. It's like a page or maybe a character chosen chapter. I really don't know exactly what this one is, but these are a little different than the other showcase ones. Obviously, see they're down here. They look like that, and then you got these purple ones. that have obviously still creature and land abilities or whatever they may be. But if I can get this thing to zoom in, we can read it, but right now it's being dumb. Alright, so Dungeon Module R15, Dungeons & Dragons Hive of the Eye Tyrant, an adventure for character levels 17 to 20. So, land. So, yeah, so it's coming out of the book, I'm pretty sure, designed based on how that gameplay is. Land. If you control 2 or more other lands, Hive of the Eye Tyrant enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it, add a swamp. Pay 4 until end of turn. Hive of the Eye Tyrant becomes a 3/3 black beholder creature with menace, and whenever this creature attacks, exile a target card from defending player's graveyard. It's still a land. Alright, pretty cool. I like that. I like these. These are pretty unique looking cards, that's for sure. We got a forest and a treasure token. Pretty unique for sure. So it wasn't Evolving Wilds. There are more than Evolving Wilds. Spare Dagger. You see a guard approach. Dragon's Fire, Feigned Death, Inspiring Bard, Baird, Dwarfhold Champion, Arcane Investor, and then we have a showcase common, Dire Wolf Prowler. So you can see there's the showcase. It's a 3-drop creature, pay 2. Dire Wolf Prowler gets a +2/+2 and gains haste until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Okay. Okay. Moving right along to Zombie Ogre. And the next one should be an uncommon, yes. Alright, so we've got Divine Smite, Smiting the Divine. Tiger Tribe Hunter. Dungeon Map. And then, so that's the Adventure in, so that's a 3-drop artifact. Tap it for a colorless, pay 3, tap it, venture into the dungeon, activate only as a sorcery. So every time you get an adventure into the dungeon, these cards will trigger that. You move along the dungeon path in your chosen direction, essentially. So when you first do it, triggers this very first ability. If you choose, you can choose whichever dungeon you want to choose. There's 3 specific dungeons, so whichever one benefits your deck design. So this one specifically, you adventure in the dungeon. Trapped entry. Each player loses 1 life. Okay, well, there we go. That's the first one. And then the second time you venture into the dungeon, you get to choose which way you want to go. You want to either do Veils of the Fear. Each player loses 2 life unless they discard a card, or the Weeblet. Discard a card and sacrifice an artifact or creature or land, and then so on and so forth till you complete the dungeon. And I believe there's some abilities on some of these cards where if you complete a dungeon 3 times, you get some bonus stuff. So if you put something together where all you're doing is venturing the dungeon, I'm sure you can accomplish that mission. But that's just kind of how that works, in case you haven't seen yet. And then we're going into our rare, and it is Den of the Bugbear. I've seen some people talk about this one, but I don't think it's that great. I think these lands might be worth maybe $1 or $2 a piece. Well, let's go ahead and check out Den of the Bugbear. If you control 2 or more other lands, Den of the Bugbear enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it for a mountain. Pay 4 until end of turn. Den of Bugbear becomes a 3/2 red goblin creature with, whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking is still in. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you can. It's kind of like a pay to have goblin, whatever his name was, where you'd automatically get a goblin at the beginning of a combat and you'd have to attack. So you have to pay for this tapping every time, but you get an extra goblin. So pretty cool, I guess. However you want to look at it. We got a foil scaled herbalist. And then we also have a land. There's a mountain back there. And then we got another dungeon flip token card. Alright, last pack, and then we'll get into what our stamped foil is, and then hit this Kaldheim Promo and see what kind of cool stuff comes out of that. Or if there is anything that's cool. I don't even know what they're going to have. I know usually when they have a promo pack for that specific set, it's anything that could be out of Kaldheim or anything prior to usually comes in those. Silver Raven, Hoarding Ogre, Feigned Death, Inspiring Bard again, Planner, Ally, Clever Conjurer, Dragon's Fire, Celestial Unicorn, Jaded Sellsword, and Baleful Beholder. Moving on into some uncommons. We got Temple of the Dragon Queen. And we've got a showcase, Displacer Beast. That is a 3-drop. Creature Beast. When Displacer Beast enters the battlefield, venture into the dungeon. So there you go. There's another one of those options. Displacement ability. Pay 4. Return Displacer Beast to its owner's hand. So if it's getting attacked or it's getting targeted, you can pay that and put it back in your hand. It's useful. Gretchen Titchwillow. Gretchen Titchwillow. That is a 2-drop legendary creature, Halfling Druid. Pay 4. Draw a card. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Alright, cool. And then we have another class. Sorcerer class. Hey! So it's 2-drop, Sorcerer class. So with this, you get to start out with Sorcerer class enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Oof, so I hope you're ready to get rid of some stuff. Pay 2 to level it up to 2. To level 2, creatures you control have tap them to add a mountain or island or mountain. Spend this mana to cast instant or sorcery spells to gain a class level, and then pay 5 at level 3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, that spell deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of instant sorcery spells you've cast this turn. Okay, cool. I can see that being pretty ugly with some of those copy spells, whatever kind of decks that are set up. I know some of that stuff's gone in the past, and there's still some stuff that triggers right now. Not sure how heavy it is in standard, but it'd be pretty useful to put that into a modern or commander type setup if that's what you're going for. Got a swamp and a token with no dungeon in the deck. Alright, so there you have it. There's the 6 packs out of the pre-release pack, and we'll go ahead and flip over this guy and see what we got. I got Zorn, I think that's what it was last time. X-O-R-N-E. Zord, maybe? I forget. I know it's really short, but let's see what this one is, and hopefully it's pretty cool. Alright, hope it's not upside down, because I don't know which way this came out of the box. I'm not looking, just so everybody can see it. And what do we get? We got Mind Flayer. Alright, so Mind Flayer is a 5-drop horror dominate monster. When Mind Flayer enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as you control Mind Flayer. Alright, pretty cool. Can probably get some bad stuff going on there. That's pretty useful. I don't know if that's... ooh, yeah. So that's it's cheaper than the, what's his name? The guy that you'd come in and field of play and you could take something. So I'm going to have to see if I can incorporate that in my Thassa control deck, because that's really going to make things ugly, at least until standard changes, and I'll have to revamp that deck anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and check out Kaldheim Promo Pack. Alright, I'm pretty sure they face the other way. I don't do too many of these promos. Nope, there's a card in here for me. I think you can only use one of these promo cards per pre-release, so I'm going to pop that out maybe and show everybody if anybody wants it, or I might just attach it to the Twitter. Yeah, I'll put it on Twitter sometime. I don't know when. Alright, so let's see what kind of cool stuff we come up with. So there is my promo card. I might see what that's got going on. And our first one is... we've got Yadara, Wandering Monster from Ikoria. The old Yadara, the cycle guy, with the old stamp on there. Just not a foil, but a regular, so he's a stamp promo. Pretty cool. It's a good one to get. I like that guy. Then we've got a promo. I don't know what rarity it is. We'll find out. Masked Vandal from Kaldheim, the promo version. We like those. And let's see what this random one could be. It's a rare. Is it something awesome? Showdown of the Scalds from also Kaldheim. Well, that was kind of a bust. I mean, not to say you're going to get something huge every time you open these promo packs, but you kind of hope you get something a little squirrely on the back card there. But still some pretty cool cards. It's all stamped with promo, except for this guy. He's just a different version, so he's different border of a promo. So there you have it, folks. Well, just a quick little rundown of a pre-release pack with a promo pack, and talked about some of the cards from the new set. Hope you guys are into it. It seems pretty fun. There's a lot of cool things that can happen from this set. It's really neat, actually. Some new things. But I'm not sure what my next video will be. I'm definitely working on trying to do some more arena play. Take some time to sit down and get some of those going. I just haven't had a lot of time, so I apologize for that. But nonetheless, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces!